So yeah, so we are Minute Students Union, and this is the things that we're going to go through in this presentation that we're going through. Your officers, so you already met us, you're going to be sick of us reintroducing ourselves so many times, but Niall, Luke, and that's Anna, just so you can put a face to the name, and hopefully she might join us towards the end if she gets a chance. That's kind of hard to see, but just to give you a visual of who we are. So the 4 full-time officers, we are paid to do this job, paid by you, so make sure to hold us accountable and make sure we're doing our job. But we take a full year out, so both Niall and Luke are actually taking a sabbatical from their studies, which means that they're taking a pause on their studies and they will go back to them. Whereas myself and Anna have actually graduated, but we're taking this year out to represent you. So it means we really have a great understanding of what it is to be a student, and we can better represent you and make your voices heard on a local and national level, be that to the university or to the government. So we are supported by 6 part-time officers, and I'm so excited to say that for the first time ever, we first of all have a full exec, but we also have a 70% female executive, which is fantastic and allows me as president to make sure that we have gender balance appointments on all of our committees, both in MSU and in the university. So we have 3 faculty conveners who represent each of the 3 faculties here in Maynooth University. And those are Alizia, who is the Science and Engineering faculty convener, Michaela, who is the Social Sciences faculty convener, and Alex, who is the Arts, Celtic Studies and Philosophy faculty convener. And so they will help coordinate the academic representatives, which now I will bring you through in a second, and they make sure that basically they have all the support that they need to represent students in those different faculties. We also have an Ifigach Nagelga, which is our Irish language officer, and as you might know, just like the Ireland itself, Irish is we're a bilingual union, and it's our main language, so we always try to use Irish first and then English. But in order to do that, it's important that we have Irish representation on our executive, so that's where Roisin steps in. We also have postgraduate representation on our union, which is Nicole and Andrea. So Nicole is our postgraduate representative, and for the first time ever, Andrea is our doctoral postgrad representative. So it's great to have that full range of representation for all of our students. And the executive committee essentially makes all the policy and the decisions and helps me in running the union on your behalf. So if you need anything, or if you have any suggestions, comments or queries, please do come to us and let us know what we can do to represent you better. And we basically, the main thing is we run the day-to-day things. So as the executive, we actually execute. So we do the things that students want, but we'll bring you through in a second the other ways that you can get involved in the Students' Union. So first of all, what is MSU? What is Maynooth Students' Union, and what is a Students' Union? So we have this kind of short definition, which hopefully will give you a sense of what we are and what we do. At our very core, Maynooth Students' Union is the sole representative body for the students of Maynooth University and St Patrick's College, Maynooth. So we actually represent both institutions here in Maynooth, so from North Campus and South Campus, that is Maynooth University and St Patrick's College. And so we represent the 14 to 15,000 students who come here. And so we are really interested in hearing your interests, your issues that you're facing as a student, the things that we can do to make your life easier, and the things that we can do to hold the university accountable for the services or the the education that they're providing, and make sure that it's the best for you. Because as we all know, probably by now, students in Ireland pay the highest fees in the European Union, and so it's so important that you are getting the service that you should demand from that. So we represent students on a number of different issues, but the key things that we do as a students' union can be divided into 4, and that is representation, peer support, student life, and services. So we'll bring you through those very quickly now. So Niall, do you want to take it away with representation?
Yeah. So representation at Maynooth Students' Union is obviously, as a students' union, at the forefront of everything that we do. It kind of happens and occurs on a number of different levels here. So the first of them are, obviously, you've just met your entire executive. So we represent basically what are known as your chief representatives. Sorry, my thing's cough. Your chief representatives. So we represent you at all levels throughout the university. So me, for example, I can represent you to a lecture, to your class, but then all the way up to the likes of the registrar, the bursar, the university president. And it's the same for all the rest of the officers. So we sit on a number of different committees, whether sit on a number of different committees, whether that's kind of in the welfare space, academic, student life, HR, all the way up to the governing authority of the university, which is, where the governance committee of the university, where all the big decisions are made. But then below us, we have a structure which is basically there to keep us humble. It's called the Student Senate, and that is what we call our governing body. And now that might sound a bit intimidating, but it's really not. It's just a group of 35 to 40 passionate students who are passionate about a wide range of issues, from LGBT+ to gender equality, to sustainability, to accommodation, to the Maynooth community, all those different kind of things. And we also have some independents in there who are wants to just do a bit of everything. And basically they kind of serve two main functions. So what they do is keep us accountable, make sure that we are held to account. So when we ran for these positions, we ran to be elected by students. We were put here by students. We are paid by students, and we made promises. And the Student Senate are basically there to make sure that, one, we are following through on those promises and that we are keeping our manifestos updated. Two, that we are representing you, the students, to the best of our abilities to the university. And then the last thing there is policies. So if Student Senate are passionate about an idea or something, they can bring it to Senate to be kind of discussed and debated. Apologies. And, just say hypothetically, if you wanted a week of parties for some reason, and you wanted to see it from the Students' Union, you could bring it to Senate. It could be discussed, debated, and then voted on. And if it's passed, we have to do it. That's the power of Senate. It basically mandates us as officers to do things. So it's a great way to get us to do things if you want to see them done. And then underneath that, then we have our academic representatives. And now there's a lot more academic reps than senators, because we do try, well, there is at least one in every program and class in the university, if not more. So they are students on the ground. They could be any student who, is passionate about representing or is trying it for the first time, who represent on a class level. So obviously, as VP Education, I'm only one person. I can't be in every class, all 1,000 modules at once. I can't be sitting next to all the 14,000 students in the university to know what they're all going through. So it's important to have someone there in the class who is visible. This year, they're going to be wearing something like this to highlight these issues, so that they can be brought to me, and so that they can be brought to the conveners below me, so that we can either empower reps who are just students to basically stand up to the departments and bring the issues to them and get them resolved. They can bring them to the conveners, who are, you just met them as well, the part-time officers who are able to also lobby the university, or if it's severe enough, kind of to me. So they represent kind of our elected representation, but there are obviously ways for you to get involved if you don't want to go through the election process, or you're not interested in being an elected representative. So what we have there finally, and I think I'm just going to go briefly into this because I think it might come up later, is student supporters. So they are a new initiative. They're a combination of what we called the welfare crew and what we called student engagement ambassadors. So we put them together this year, and we just, Luke and Anna have decided to do something new with them, and they want to basically be the brand ambassadors of Maynooth Students' Union. Students who are trained, they understand us, and they're able to help us with events and campaigns. And basically, I think the line that they go for is spread the gospel of MSU. And obviously, all of that is underpinned by one thing: the people who keep us here, the people who vote for us, and the people who essentially run this union, and that is you, the students. So.
Thanks for that, Niall. So I know it's a lot to take on board, but if you have any other kind of questions, or if you're wondering about more of our structures, please do check out msu.ie, which is our website. We might just, Niall, if you have it handy, put it into the chat, so people can check it out. So we are updating our website at the moment, so it is a bit kind of old, but the information is all there, and you can check out our socials as well. We might link those too. Niall?
I think there was a question there for myself.
Do you want to take it now?
So Robin asks, how do we go about getting involved in being a class rep, etc.? So to be an academic rep, there's basically it's like running for any other position. There's going to be a nomination period, so that's about 2 weeks, and that's going to be starting next Monday. So if you're not already, make sure everyone here is following @Maynooth_SU on Instagram. That's where all that information is going to be going. We're going to be heavily kind of promoting it there. Then there's going to be a 2-week nomination period where you will be, you'll be able to nominate yourself to stand for those positions. And then there'll be a 2-week campaign period. So for academic reps, it's not going to be as big as, you know, a Senate campaign or an executive campaign. It's really going to be, it could be anything from making a class group chat. That was something which I did and I found quite effective, and a lot of other students do it too. To posting on Moodle to, you know, if you're comfortable, you could address your lecture and tell them why you should be the best. And then on the 19th of October, there will be a voting day. So you'll be asked to vote for a number of Senate positions. You'll be asked to vote for academic reps, and this will all be through the MSU website. And you'll be asked to vote for a new constitution. So keep an eye on our social medias, and we will be pushing and promoting all of this stuff there. If you have any specific issues about or questions about academic reps, you can email me. My email is education@msu.e, and I'll throw that in the chat there. I hope that answers your question.
Perfect. Thanks. Now, you might just put the links to the socials in there as well. So, peer support. Luke, do you want to take it away?
Yeah, no bother. Like what Niall and Liam both said earlier, myself and Niall are taking a sabbatical from our studies, which means we are taking a year out to do this job, as well as Liam and Anne are actually just graduated this year. So we understand what it's like to be a student. We also understand that sometimes it might be easier just to talk to us rather than going to the university itself. So that's what I'm here for as the Chief Peer Support Officer. We can organise a chat, and I can make sure that you're being referred to the correct services. I also can assist you organise a meeting with trade and tenants unions if you have any issues on that front too. I also would just like to say that we aren't trained professionals, so we may not have all the answers to your questions, but we always will make sure that if we don't know the answer, we will help you find someone that does, and make sure your question is answered. That is a very quick and snappy peer support slide there. If you have any questions for me, I'll put my email into the chat, or if you have any questions now, you can just type into the chat about the peer support or the welfare role. Don't know if there is, but I'll just put it in my email anyway.
Great, thanks, Luke. So then that brings us on to services. So while we aren't the university, and while we don't provide all the services of the university, we do provide some student services that haven't been provided and that we felt that we could do as students, knowing what students want. So the MSU Club is you can see it in the picture there, it makes up the bar and the venue. So that's where we hold events, that's where we provide food and drink to students at a reduced price for students. So that is owned and run by students. So we are the club management committee, and therefore you can kind of give your input into the things that you'd like to see in the bar, because remember, these are services that we provide and run for you. We also have in that picture there the shop, so the London shop that you'll find over in John Hume is owned and run by the Students' Union once again, and again that's to provide a service to students. So please do let us know if there's things that you would like to see in those shops, if there's things that they're missing, or if you have any comments or queries or anything like that about those services. Do let us know, because we run those services for you, and they're not for profit. They are there to provide a service to students. So let us know if there's products that you would like in there, or if there's certain things that they're not doing that they could do. For example, just today we've actually fitted a new kind of coffee dock, which will allow 3 different spaces to get coffees now, because students were saying that there wasn't enough space to get a coffee. And they also have syrups and lactose-free milk. That was all feedback that we got from students, and we have implemented it now. So it's great to be able to do that for students and to show you how democracy works. So if you have any issue on campus, do come to us, let us know, and if we're not responsible for it, we can send you in the right direction, or if we are, we can try and change that and put that into our systems. So as well as that, we also have the front desk, which is at the front of our building, and we're actually just rebranding it and stuff now to the info center, and we will have new kind of graphics on the walls there. But it's basically where, if any of you know where your space was, that's where it is now. So it's basically in the big glass kind of place in the Students' Union, and it's very open and accessible to students, which provides a number of different things to students. So that could be student lead cards, information, if you want to book an appointment with any of us. It's also where you can go for souvenirs or jumpers or university branded clothes and stuff like that, which is all cheaper over in the Students' Union, because once again, it's a service that we provide for students and we want it to be affordable and accessible to students. So those are some of the services that we provide to you as students, and they're all run by ourselves and by myself as the CEO of the organization. All of the staffing and organization and stuff like that comes through us. So please do let us know if you're having any issues. We're not afraid of criticism. In fact, we embrace it, but there's no point in criticizing us and not telling us, otherwise we can't do anything about it. So please do get in contact and let us know. Even if you hear anything or you hear students saying something, do let us know. So that then will bring us onto student life. So unfortunately, Anna isn't able to join us. She's just currently doing a tour. But essentially, student life is all of the extracurricular activities that I was saying earlier outside of kind of your studies. So this is all about helping you to diversify your degree and to really become a well-rounded individual. And so that could be through events and entertainments and getting involved. It could be through clubs and societies. It could be through committees and, you know, running for the Students' Union, or just having fun and kind of relaxing. And so that's what we try to provide for students. We have a number of events and campaigns that we run throughout the year, and this isn't very accessible and it's a bit of a mess, this next slide, but I just thought I would show you just to give you a sense of our year. But we will circulate it and we'll do up a new calendar. But essentially, we will be holding Active Citizenship Week, Sustainability Week, Sexual Health Awareness and Guidance Week, and we'll be holding Diversity Weeks, See the Ability Week, Charity Month, Get Your Assignments In weeks to remind you and give you the supports that you need in order to get your assignments in and meet those deadlines, Upskill Week to help you I suppose build up your CV and build yourself and make yourself more employable, and Health and Wellbeing Week, and a number of different types of campaigns that we've run throughout the year and different events. So please do let us know if there's something that you'd like to get involved in, or if there's, you know, campaigns that you think we should be running. A great way to do that is to run for Senate, like Niall was saying, and you can actually mandate us to do something. So yeah, we are really looking forward to the year, as it says there at the top. For the 2021-2022 year, myself and the other officers have kind of adapted the slogan "Raising Expectations," because we really want to raise your expectations of us and what we do so that we can constantly strive to be better. We want to raise students' expectations of their university and its services, and the university itself, and as well your government and what it's providing for you or what it's not providing for you. So it's all about raising expectations as we return to campus. We're really excited to welcome you all back, and we can't wait to have the union open and invite you all back in. We'll be back open on Monday, so we have a number of outdoor seating that we're setting up at the moment. It will be limited enough, but you'll need your different kind of COVID certs and stuff like that. We have outdoor seating for those who might not have a vaccine or can't get vaccines and stuff like that, so we are conscious of that. But yeah, we can't wait to get into it, and we can't wait to see you all in person, hopefully very soon.